from intertidal area. Now intertidal we have seen sandy, rocky and muddy. Now once you cross the intertidal zone, what comes? It comes subtidal and the sublittoral zone, right? If you remember from the marine zonation graph, I mean image, also highlighted here. If you remember that this is a littoral zone and then you have the subtidal and the sublittoral zone. This is the sublittoral zone where, I mean, up to 200-meter depth on top of the continental shelf. Okay. So we are moving from the intertidal to the subtidal and the sublittoral zone. We know that subtidal or sublittoral zone, it also falls in the neritic zone. This zone is having the highest or one of the highest marine biodiversity, and it comprises only 8%, as I also mentioned before. However, most of the time when we think about the marine environment or marine organisms, we are talking about this particular zone. The reason is this particular zone occupies or are made up of the macrophyte meadows. With the macrophytes, it's a combined term of the seaweeds and the seagrasses. Okay, so all the seaweeds and the seagrasses meadows are there in this particular zone, and the most productive ecosystem, that is the coral reefs, are also present in this particular ecosystem. Here you can see three examples. One is a seagrass meadow or seagrass bed. This seagrass bed is being fed by this dugong. Okay, so and then there are fishes here, right? So this also is a part of sublittoral zone. You have this coral reefs, which is surrounded by a number of fishes, and then invertebrates and different organisms, right? This particular coral reef also present in sublittoral zone, and you have seaweeds, that is again a kind of ecosystem engineers or supports a huge life forms and acts as nursery and breeding ground for various marine organisms. So all three are mostly present in this particular sublittoral zone across the world. Okay, and not going again like this all things will be covered when we are studying the seagrasses and seaweed. So this is just to give you an idea about the zonation and who all lives in each zonations. So there are a number of abiotic and the biotic interactions also occurring in this marine environment. Also, I should say that there are more biotic interaction in this particular area because this is highly diverse. So when the diversity is more, there are species richness is also more, then the species diversity is also more. So there will be more and more interaction because again you have the same habitat and then you have to be depend on the same kind of feeding resources, this habitat and all. So there will be much more biotic interaction in this particular sublittoral zone.